This is the brand new TSProf K4, and it's far more than just another sharpening system. It feels like true engineering craftsmanship, showing how far guided systems have advanced. With a fresh design and smart upgrades, the K4 impressed me right from the first test. It's not flawless, but overall it marks a real step forward in precision sharpening. Before we get into the details, I want to thank TSProf Europe for making this video possible. Just to clarify, this K4 unfortunately is not mine. But to be honest, I already know I will buy one for myself, because after these intensive tests, I do not want to give it up anymore. So let us take a close look at what makes the K4 so special. One of the biggest changes concerns the rotation mechanism. On the K4, the tension adjustment for the rotation mechanism has been moved to the back. That might sound like a small change, but in practice it makes a big difference. No matter what tension you set, the rotation axis always stays in exactly the same position. For someone like me who cares a lot about perfection, this is a change you instantly appreciate. Another feature that really impressed me is that with just a single screw, you can remove the entire guide bar together with the clamps and the knife still in place. On paper, this may not sound spectacular, but in actual sharpening, it is incredibly practical. If you want to look at the scratch pattern under a microscope, or if you want to perform a sharpness test in the middle of the process, you can do so without losing your setup. You just remove the whole assembly, check what you need, and put it back, without the knife position or the angle changing. Another important upgrade is that the K4 comes standard with quick clamps. These clamps are a real game changer. No screwdriver, much faster and more intuitive to use. But it is not just about convenience. In my testing, the quick clamps held the knives even better than the standard clamps. The angle adjustment system has also been completely reworked. The adjustment works reliably, even though the downward motion could be a little smoother. The upward motion is much better. Instead of the classic locking screw, there is now a quick release lever, which locks the angle. Here you can also extend the maximum sharpening angle up to 39.5 degrees. And another great addition is the built-in thickness compensator, which automatically corrects the angle when you work with sharpening stones of different thickness. Another clever detail is the stone ejection pin. On some systems, stones can get stuck in the thickness compensator, but here you can remove them easily. With leather strops, it does not work perfectly because leather is softer by nature, but overall it is a very effective solution. And if you ever need ultra-fine adjustments, you can always use the micro adjustment. The micro adjustment is, for me personally, one of the real highlights. Each turn changes the angle by only 0.01 degrees. That is extremely fine control. For some people, this might sound like overkill, but if you care about absolute precision, you quickly realize how important it is. For me as a perfectionist, this is probably the best upgrade on the K4. The new abrasive holder is another smart improvement. It comes with an integrated axi-cube, but you can easily remove it if you want. This reduces the weight on the guide rod and gives you a lighter and more precise feeling while sharpening. At the same time, you can position the holder flexibly, either like on the K03 or in a way that better matches your sharpening style. Of course, there are also a few things I would have done differently. The connecting elements of the guide rod have also been redesigned. They work fine, but compared to the K03, they are a little more fiddly to assemble. The same goes for the stroke limiters. They are a bit tricky to install, and once the spring is connected, they don't slide as smoothly as I'd like. On top of that, the connection just doesn't want to stay in place. It is not a big issue, but it is definitely an area where TSProf could still improve the design. Despite these small details, I am overall very impressed with the K4. During the time I had it here, I tested it extensively. The results were consistent, repeatable, and very satisfying. Honestly, it is hard for me to give it back, because once you work with these upgrades, you do not want to go back. So my conclusion is clear. The TSProf K4 is about 99% perfect. It combines smart engineering with practical improvements that really make a difference. It's extremely precise and versatile enough to handle a wide range of knives. I'm convinced it will impress many sharpeners, from ambitious hobbyists to professionals. For me, it's obvious. I'll be buying my own K4, and it will become a permanent part of my sharpening setup. And if you want to see how a fixed-angle sharpening system is used in practice, feel free to check out my sharpening videos. You can find the link to the K4 in the video description below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.